Hello everyone, welcome to another video of the channel and welcome to another GT Sport Daily Race C race review from this week's race at Dragon Trail Seaside in Group 3. It's another race on the American server and it's kind of mostly noted this one for how much respect the drivers around me were showing me. I'm trying my best to show respect to them, but there is a little spanner in the works. There's always one driver out there who's not quite as friendly towards their fellow drivers as others. But starting down in P19, we are in the BMW M6 in this one. Not the strongest lobby in the world, mostly A drivers with a smattering of A+, so we should be expected to move forward in this one. But the BMW, I wasn't really entirely sure how strong a car it was going to be in this race. I hadn't really done much testing in it, but I do enjoy the BMW, so let's see what we can do. We're going to make it one position straight away. It's an actual fellow BMW driver of heck yeah, has either been assisted into the gravel in turn 1 or lost it themselves. I need to check at the replay to see exactly what happened there, but one position made up for us in the early stages, and we're going to make up another position as a Brazilian has most likely just caught the grass on the exit of turn number 4 there. Very easy accident to have. Get on the throttle just a little bit too eagerly. If you've just got a wheel on the grass, the car goes round. That's generally how you end up in that wall over there. So that puts us up into P16 as we approach the chicane of souls for the first time. And are the yellow flags going to come out? Nope, looks all fairly clean and tidy. No yellow flags means no souls have been claimed this time around. Plenty time to go though. Very rarely does a race go by where a couple of souls aren't claimed. Into the last turn we come here and we're behind Burnt Clutch Bob. Burnt Clutch Bob always says hello to me in the lobbies when we're over on the American server, so nice to have a race with Burnt Clutch Bob here. He's in the Corvette. That's another thing that was quite notable about this race as well, is the kind of amount of different cars from our fellow drivers. I think that's a Viper behind us from Couchlock. So down into turn 1 and 2 again, looks like Laura in the FT1 has got the move on Hippo in the Supra. So all just being very, very cooperative here, and we are getting held up, there's absolutely no two doubts about it. Yellow flags are out again and we see the Beetle in the wall over there, so again I'm not entirely sure if that driver has been assisted into the wall or has just made a mistake. Very easy to sort of clip the curb there and have your own accident. Birds Club Bob having a look around the outside of Hippo there, but decides wisely to back out of it, holding us up quite badly in all fairness. But again, Couchlock again being respectful to our position as well. We're having to slow down, they're having to slow down behind us, and that's good driving in amongst other drivers. We see GT Mike there in the Supra has had an accident. That was the reason for the yellow flags as we come up through the S's, and that's going to put us up into P14. We haven't done a whole lot here, let's be honest. We are lapping a little bit slower than I would like to on these medium tyres. It's coming through the chicane of souls again. Looks like everybody gets through it reasonably okay. Hippo looks a little bit slow down towards the last corner, but shouldn't be a problem. Bob having a little bit of a look down there. He does go for the move. Hippo goes very wide, so we can decide to try and follow Bob through. And I didn't realise until Hippo's car just sneaked into my side mirror there that Hippo was actually there. I thought he'd gone a whole lot wider than that. However, we are about to see the end of the sort of clean, friendly, respectful driving. We've got GT Mike here in the Supra, decides to go for, well, again I would call that an optimistic move at best. Kind of barges his way through me, barges his way through Bob on turn number 2. And then down towards turn number 3 and 4 here, we're going to see, I'm not sure if he helps Hippo off the track here, but it definitely looks like there's maybe a little bit of contact between Mike and Hippo, and he's kind of just barged his way through 3 cars there, went up 3 positions, and yeah, well, he is on the soft tyres, maybe a little bit upset about the fact that he's binned it. I'm going to say, you know, maybe not the nicest driver in the world. So as we came towards the end of the lap here, we were intending pitting. He goes wide into the last corner here. We just decided to get the elbows out just a little bit, just kind of give him a little bit of a nudge and go, yeah, you know, don't drive like that, Mike. Let's be nice. Everybody else has been nice here. So yeah, we gave him a nudge there into the pits we went at the end of lap number 3, and we rejoined the action here at the start of lap number 5, where Laura in the FT1 has just pitted as well and came out just in front of us. So the strategy here was just stick with Laura in her slipstream. She should be pretty quick. I've kind of raced her before, and just get some nice clean laps in as the pit stop phase goes by and see what position we end up in. So we jump forward here all the way to lap number 8. That was a strategy we followed. You can see Laura 2 cars ahead of us, so through the pit stop strategy, other cars have made their pit stop and came out in between us. We were kind of struggling a little bit to keep up with the FT1 with the slightly more worn tyres, and the fact we're in the BMW as well, but we are gifted a couple of positions through the chicane of souls. Not entirely complete deaths from the 2 drivers in front of us, but it does put us up into P number 8, albeit without the slipstream. As we come into the last corner here, we still have the close attention of the Canadian driver behind us. I think they're in a Supra. So all going fairly well so far. To be honest with you, quite surprised by just how competitive the BMW was. 37.1 and clean air without any slipstream is not a terrible lap for this car, and the tyres were kind of holding up as well. 37.4 down to 37.7 there as the tyres are on to their 5th lap of asking. So up ahead we've got Laura and the Brazilian in the Beetle having a little bit of a tete-a-tete through the S's. Never the quickest way to negotiate those that part of the track, but it does give us a nice little boost in slipstream as we catch up to the Beetle here. And as they both go very defensive or very aggressive, I guess, into the hairpin here, we decide to go for a super wide line, nice and light on the brakes, and manage to get round the outside of the Brazilian in the Beetle. I've had that move done on me before, when you're actually the aggressor trying to do an overtaking manoeuvre. The other driver's very defensive in front of you, and then you're able to go very deep on the brake. But we can do all our good work with a little bit of a sloppy chicane, to say the least. That allows the Beetle back up the inside of us. No point fighting that one. Brake nice and early, tuck back into the slipstream, and live to fight another day. But that has allowed Pleiades in the Lexus, and also I think that's Sam in the Supra, back into the fold in this battle for P5. Has now became, I think it's P5, or it could be P6. Yeah, it is P5. Laura up there in P5 has become a 5-way battle at the start of lap number 10. So down into turn 1 and 2, I see Pleiades in the Lexus takes a little bit of a look, but obviously we kind of brake nicely into turn number 1. They don't manage to get alongside in the initial braking phase, and they back out of that manoeuvre as they should. So nice, respectful, good driving there from the Lexus driver. Nice to see. So we're a little bit all over this Beetle now. We're kind of putting a little bit of pressure on them, but going round the outside here is not really an option. So just filter back into the slipstream and try and see if we can get a move done down towards the tighter hairpin. Much more better place to go for a move. We do get a nice run off the last part of the sweeping S's, and that's going to give us a slight bit of overlap. A little bit more straight line speed, it looks like, from the BMW as well, and it's a nice outbraking manoeuvre down into the hairpin. Get it stopped nice and tight on the exit. Just park it there, get on the power, and out we go into P number 6. So still under a little bit of pressure from behind, but we did manage to pull away from the 2 drivers behind at the start of lap number 11, and we're now kind of gifted P number 5 here. I'm not sure what Laura did there, whether they've clipped the curb on the exit of, or sorry, the entry into turn number 3. I'll put up the replay camera after I've done this commentary from her perspective, just to see exactly what happened there, because I'm kind of curious myself. But pushes up into P number 5. We've got a 1.3 second gap behind us. That gave us enough space there just to take it nice and easy over the last 2 laps, and we finished this race in P number 5. Not a bad result for the BMW M6 whatsoever. Really enjoyable race. The drivers around me that I was driving with, Pleiades, Laura, Neff, Sam, Couchlock, who was behind me for a long part of that race, and in the early stage of the race we had Bob as well. Really good driving from all those drivers, driving around them. Good to see the respect. GT Mike, who finished down, I'm not entirely sure where they finished. Obviously there's always a little bit of an exception to the rule. There's always one driver out there who's a little bit overly aggressive, but yeah, I'm going to put it down to the fact that they were just a little bit upset having binned their car on the soft tyres, just a little bit eager to make up positions. But a nice race, and I'm really enjoying racing on the American server in this race. It just seems a lot less sweaty. The drivers are a little bit more willing to kind of just work with you rather than just going for moves in every single corner. So it's a much more enjoyable racing experience for me, I have to say, than EMEA. Hopefully you've enjoyed that one. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye now.